Oh, yeah. It's time once again for Screen Source Junior. My name is Fernando.
Dylan.
Jess.
And we are coming to you kind of live to do some trailer reactions. We've got trailer reactions coming up for First Man and The First tonight. So what's the first one we're going to be looking at?
The first one.
The first of the first.
I believe so.
I like it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're actually going to be watching a lot of trailers.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the first one we are going to watch is First Man, which
Yep.
we're going to have to talk about this. This is a film that is coming out, and then there is a Hulu original called The First coming out,
Yeah.
which I'm pretty sure is about the same
that's
exact
confusing.
thing.
Yeah.
And they're both trailers dropped within a week.
And
or
they're
two
about
of
the
each
same
other.
thing, right?
I believe so.
Ha.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
see.
Okay.
But yeah.
Only one has a release date before the other, I
Yeah.
guess.
Well, let's watch the trailers and we'll find out.
All right,
Yeah.
let's check it out.
Let's do this.
I see the moon sees me. Down through the leaves of the old oak tree.
The vehicle's not safe.
We need to fail. We need to fail down here so we don't fail up there.
Please let the light that shines on me
Neil, everyone's in agreement. We'd like you to command.
shine on the one I love.
Mom, what's wrong?
Nothing, honey. Your dad's gone to the moon.
So crazy.
Right? I can't imagine how terrifying that would be.
Right? Especially with how dangerous it is to. Well, it used to be even more dangerous than it is now.
Do you question whether the program's worth the cost? In money and in lives?
What are the chances you're not coming back? 4. Those kids, they don't have a father anymore. 3. So you're gonna sit the boys down? 2. And you're gonna prepare them for the fact you might not ever come home.
Yeah.
Do you think you're coming back?
We have serious problems.
We've got this under control.
You're a bunch of boys. You don't have anything under control.
Her acting always gives me goosebumps. I
Yep.
love her so much.
Please let the light that shines on me shine on the one I love.
Well, that was the ending. So where are they going?
The cheese planet.
Yep.
Cheese Planet.
The cheese planet.
The green cheese planet.
There's actually a name for that. There's like apparently like when you look up at the moon, there's like the black voids, and then there's the white part, and there's like I think Grecian names for those. I don't remember what they are at the moment, but yeah, this looks pretty cool. I would love to see the story of Armstrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm down with it. I'm for it. I'm gonna watch it.
Do you guys remember the craze? I don't know, not even 10 years back, of people going to Mars,
Yeah.
Yep.
and how, and then everybody was asking themselves and their friends the question, like, would you ever do it? Would you ever do a one-way trip?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because that's it.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, there is only one
you can
way.
go.
Yeah.
So there was a big.
I wouldn't.
There was a big organization / company, which a lot of people are not even sure if it's like how realistic they were touting to be as far as taking a one-way trip to Mars.
Right.
But there is a local here in Albuquerque. I used to teach with him over at the university, and he made it up the ranks and is one of a handful of people that this company selected to take that one-way trip.
Wow.
Neat.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah, so he was like in all the papers, and he's like
That's
got interviewed
so
a billion times.
Dope. Wow, that guy
Um,
is amazing.
Yeah, and and like one of the reasons is that he studies Mars. He's a geologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they need to send some scientists up there, obviously, to figure
Yeah.
that kind of thing out. But
Got to do it.
if I'm not mistaken, Armstrong wasn't a scientist. I think he was a pilot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, a pilot. Yeah.
And so I would love to see Ryan Gosling.
I
in
think
space.
it's. I honestly think it's a pretty good casting choice.
Yeah.
I really like Ryan Gosling. I think that he sometimes gets some flack for being a pretty boy, but I really think that he has some good acting chops.
Well,
Yes.
he has depth. He
Yep.
has depth and range, and
Yep.
he's really good.
Yep.
And of course Claire Foy is
Yeah.
is
Phenomenal.
killing it in that one.
Killing
Yeah,
it in
I know Jess is
general.
a big. She did The Crown. Is that what I know her from? Okay, yeah,
Yeah. She's going to be in the new Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Oh
Yep,
right,
she's-
yes.
She's
that
killing
trailer
it.
was good.
She's
Yeah.
killing it right now. Killing it. Yep.
Directed by the same by a guy named Damien Chazelle.
Yep.
Interesting.
He did Whiplash and La La Land,
Yep.
Okay.
and so those were big
Whiplash
hitters.
is good. La La Land is okay.
La La Land won last year, or the year before.
It
I
didn't
thought
win.
it was 2 years
It
ago.
didn't win.
It
No,
didn't win?
no,
remember
it was Moonlight.
It was
yeah.
Moonlight. Oh wait, they fake one.
They
Yeah.
fake one.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
Oh
what
my
it
God.
was.
That's yeah. And it was
Yeah.
just like, and then I
Moonlight
remember.
got shunned. Yep.
And
Screwed
I
up.
remember when
It's
I was
fine.
doing my own film review podcast back then, I was like, more like blah, blah, bland.
Yep. It is.
None of that ever happened.
It is. It is, though. I really don't think La La Land is the greatest movie as everyone makes it out to be. And come on, guys, how hard is it to get Broadway people to act in a movie? Not that difficult.
Yep.
People have done it before. Or just get better people that can actually sing. No offense, Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, but you can't sing that well and you can't dance that well. So, just
Shots
sorry.
fired.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Jess
Hot
gets
take.
real.
Hot
I
take.
know. Where
But
are
you
the
know what
sunglasses?
though? I have been singing for practically my whole life,
Same here.
and I really know that it's really not that difficult to get actors that have done Broadway before
Yeah.
and that are very talented, like in singing and dancing. And I just feel like they could have done a lot better with that casting choice, honestly.
Sure.
Yeah.
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 Not everybody could be the greatest showman.
Yep. or
so yeah-
Chicago or Les Miserables. I mean, come on now. Those were
Yep.
great.
So you guys excited for First Man?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
see it in theaters because it looks like a big screen kind of thing.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like seeing them in the
Spectacle.
rocket. And yeah, that'll be
Yep.
fun. Very cool.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to our next trailer,
Cool.
which is
The First.
The First.
Which is the Hulu
a
original
new
show.
Hulu original. Yeah. Let's give it a watch.
All right. This sounds different.
Yeah. So different.
They'll say the
Original.
same thing. I'll believe it when I see it. But that's backwards. Belief
Penn.
comes first. Only then can you
I'm
see it.
with the double
I'm
subtitles.
asking you to use your imagination.
Dub subs.
We've got one shot at this, and I need the best team.
My focus right now is my daughter. Tell me to say no, I'm gonna say no. What we do is dangerous.
I'm willing to take that risk.
I don't know if I am.
How does that make you feel, putting your lives at that much risk? What about your family?
All our families know what we signed up for.
Oh my god.
Do you ever think about Mom?
You can't let her bring us down too.
That was Lane from
Did we
Gilmore
make a mistake?
Girls.
I've
Just
got 4
FYI.
people whose lives
Oh.
depend
That's why I was
on
like,
my judgment.
oh, it's Lane.
Can't have you doubting me.
And it's what's her name from
Discovers life on Mars.
Californication.
I need you here. Now will you go? I'll never have the opportunity to do work this important. Imagine the responsibility the astronauts shoulder, the personal sacrifices that they've endured.
I need people who are going to do the hard thing.
And then they strap themselves to a rocket and they risk their lives. Enough already. That's 5 people. Fulfilling the destiny of 8 billion.
The First.
Interesting. I'm into it.
Yeah.
seems-
Yeah, I was gonna say at the beginning it was kind of ambiguous. Like, what time period
Yeah.
are we in? Like,
Yeah.
rockets haven't really changed their look.
Right.
They haven't gotten sleeker.
No.
No.
But then she said, you might be the first person to find life on Mars.
Right.
And then the very last part, which was for 8 billion people, which
Right.
is what we're at now,
Right.
or almost, I believe.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas I'm pretty sure only 40 years ago, the world population was half of this.
It absolutely
It's
was.
Can you
grown
believe
at
the
an
world population
alarming
doubled
rate,
in 30,
guys.
40 years?
Oh, well, we probably
So-
won't have to worry about it much longer.
Moral of the story: stop having kids,
having
guys.
kids.
Sheesh.
But
You're ruining the
outside of
environment.
that,
I'm just kidding.
are you guys excited to see Sean Penn go to Mars?
I'm more interested in knowing how he got so weirdly buff. Right?
okay,
Because he was wearing those polo shirts and he was just like bulging out of them, and I'm like, why?
You
know?
gotta be buff if you're gonna go to Mars.
I got-
you
well, it was
gotta
like
fight
the-
off aliens.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I mean that was pretty cool. I mean that's pretty badass. That scene where he's carrying the brick underwater.
Yeah. Well, it was. I think it was a kettlebell.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, well, it's neither here nor there.
Series created
he was
by Bo
training.
Willman, who did created House of Cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is Netflix's maybe second biggest show after, at least when it came out after Orange is the New Black. It's one of the two, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
And so the show portrays members of a team of astronauts as they become the first humans to visit Mars.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm cool with that too.
And we got Natasha McEllen is the name of the woman that is from Californication.
Okay.
And
Okay, yes.
she does a very good American accent because in that show she speaks like regular American English, and then in this show I think she actually is British.
Okay.
But
she's really good in Californication.
she's so good.
She,
I
yeah, it
love
says
her.
is a British actress.
Yep.
Yes.
Cool.
And then I haven't seen that little tiny Asian woman in a very long time. Lane. Yeah, she's adorable in that show.
I know.
She's also probably like a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, very
Yeah.
much so. Yeah.
And she's all grown up now.
Yep.
Yeah, I am into this. I want to see more Hulu originals. I think the only one that's really, really hit has been The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
But it's hit really hard.
Oh my god.
Yep.
It's so I can't tell you how good it is.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah.
And so I don't know that this well, but I think one really good, as with First Man also, one a thing that they're doing that is going to make it more successful than not is they're focusing on relationships.
Yep.
Whereas they could make it a big spectacle if they wanted
Right.
to, or something of that nature. But by focusing on relationship with him and his kid or his wife or whoever it might be.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like Battlestar Galactica, which is one of the best shows of all time.
Yes. I mean, maybe the best show.
If not the best show ever.
Yes, Edward James Olmos is the best.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm
You
definitely
think you'll
gonna
watch this? You think you'll turn on Hulu and
Yeah.
give it a watch?
Yeah, for sure.
What about you,
I love
Fernando?
Sean Penn.
Oh yeah. No, it's definitely an interesting premise. I like it.
Cool, cool.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to our
Give it
next
a watch.
trailer.
Yeah.
What do we have going on? We have
I think we're alone now.
think
we're
alone now. All right, let's give it a watch.
Peter Dinklage, huh?
Works for me.
We haven't seen him in a while, and we won't see him again for a long time in Game of Thrones.
We saw him in Infinity War earlier this year.
Yeah.
That is true. I
Yeah.
forgot about his amazing character.
Whoa. Uh-oh. All right. Starting off grim.
Oh shit. By the way, guys, Richard Corliss was
Why are you still
one of my
alive?
relatives. Very famous
Why are
critic.
you?
Really?
Haven't seen him in a while because he died.
Oh.
Super sad.
Where are all the bodies?
What is happening?
Oh my god.
Has anyone ever told you you're kind of a weird guy?
Yeah.
Like
But they're all
apocalyptic
dead.
plague?
It's Fanning. What's her name?
Elle
Elle
Fanning.
Fanning.
I love Elle Fanning.
She's so good.
I have to tell you something.
What's going on there?
It's about where I came from.
Is that Same gun he found in that car?
I don't know what I was doing when it happened.
You keep your town nice and clean. And we do that with our people.
Take me with you.
Take your hand off the wheel!
I feel so sad for you.
There's no before. There's only from now on.
You were supposed to be here.
Why?
It's time for you to come back home.
Civilization. I bet you would have this too. You know, there was something about the way she looked at me.
Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow. I really like that feeling of it. It's very
I have
indie
so
feeling.
many questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
gives
it's-
me that vibe of that movie we just watched with Joaquin Phoenix, like that eeriness of that movie.
Yeah, what's that movie called?
Oh my god, I can never remember the name of it. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I really like that
Yeah.
movie too. So, God damn it, what's that movie called?
I know, I can never remember the name, and neither can you. We always get it wrong.
You were never really here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Which is a very similar title to this.
Yep. Yeah.
Directed by Reed Morano, who made A Handmaid's Tale for Hulu.
Oh my god.
Well.
It's gonna be so good then. You know it's gonna be good.
Yeah, the thing that I'm noticing that sticks out a lot to me is the visuals.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
It's
yeah.
very pretty, very well shot.
Cinematography's
Yep. It's
right
on point.
Right on point.
It looks like it almost looks like it feels like you're there
Yeah. Yep.
with them. Kind of like at the beginning of A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Or honestly, The Walking Dead, the video game.
Yeah.
Which is one of the
I mean, even down to like the clothing aesthetics, you know?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
So I'm all about that. Do you guys want to hear a little bit of the plot?
Yeah,
Sure.
please.
It's
By the
only
way,
one
that
sentence.
poster is beautiful.
Two people
Yeah.
find themselves unlikely companions after an apocalypse.
Yep, that's
Very
what I was
simple.
thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a gorgeous poster.
Yeah.
So beautiful. I want that poster.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm really into this. I want to see Dinklage. He's clearly the best actor
He's
on
such a good actor.
Like,
I mean,
yeah.
on Game of Thrones.
he's so good. He's like my favorite character in Game of Thrones.
And I love Elle Fanning too.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is
She's
this is
badass.
an interesting one. Yeah. Especially because there's got to be strength when it's some sort of thing about just two people
Yeah.
doing the show by themselves, you know.
That's a
Right.
lot of work for two.
Oof.
And it's
yeah,
Yeah.
that's some true West
I'm looking
shit
at
right
the
there.
cast, and it's two people, and maybe a couple more.
Paul Giamatti. What?
Yep, and Charlotte
Like
Gainsbourg.
All right.
Okay.
Also reminded me a little bit of The Road,
Yeah.
yeah.
which is much darker than this. At least how it's shot, very dim. And it reminded me a lot of It Comes at Night, which also came out I think last year, which
Yeah.
is a very good horror film.
Cool.
So yeah, there's a lot of feelings that I'm getting that have existed before. It's not like this is new
Right.
ground, but still exciting.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
Like
yes.
I said, whenever I get that eerie feeling, it makes me happy.
Yeah,
It really does.
it does. I don't know what it is
It's
about
weird.
eerie
I don't know what
feelings.
that is, but
Same
it
way.
just it's like this deep sense of like terror that makes me so happy inside. And it shouldn't. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm a little fucked up, but that's okay.
Yeah, yeah. No
Because
one's
I admit
judging
it.
you.
I admit it.
That's okay. All right, cool. Let's move on to our next trailer, which is Johnny English Strikes Back.
Strikes again.
Strikes again. The Empire Strikes Back again.
I love
I'm
when
not
you
sure
trip
I've
over your
ever
words.
met a man quite like you.
You haven't.
Bond girl.
Good. Virtual reality. It's completely immersive, and some people lose track of their surroundings. That's not gonna happen.
Oh,
Can I just ask? What is
I
wrong with
love
you?
that. Oh my
Or
god.
did you not
Beating
burn
someone
the
up with
Coq restaurant
baguettes.
to the ground? And did you fire a missile at a peloton of French cyclists?
Well,
Before commandeering an open-top bus and tossing the tour guide off the top deck.
Is that Emma Thompson?
Yep.
Nice.
Sure is. Love that lady.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Austin Powers, but it's his version of, all of the Austin Powers
Oh, I
movies.
saw the first one and I loved it.
Did you?
Yeah.
So I guess this is the third installment. The last one was Johnny English Reborn.
I'd not seen that. I wasn't even aware that it happened.
Yeah.
Guys, I might watch it just for that baguette scene, I have
Yeah.
to say. As someone who is French and also loves baguettes, I will watch it for that reason.
And beans. You like beans, Mr. Beans.
I love Mr. Bean.
I
I really want to hit someone with a baguette sometimes, but I've never gotten the chance, so I can live vicariously.
Well, especially because it was kind of floppy. It was like normally you figure that you'd break it.
Rowan Atkinson's like before my time as far as his claim to fame in comedy.
Sure.
But I've gone back and I've watched some of his stuff. Jessica and I think we watched like a little mini doc or maybe like a video essay on Rowan Atkinson.
Mm-hmm.
I was very interested. And learned that like he kind of like remastered physical comedy.
Yep.
And he's so goddamn good at it.
Oh my God, he's so funny.
And his character acting too, which is another big thing for him.
Because I saw a lot like his one-man show as well way back in the day.
Yeah.
And it was just like, God damn, that dude has a litany of talents.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Like when I imagine, I try to imagine sometimes like court jesters.
Mm-hmm.
Like those were real people that did that.
Yeah.
And were they really that entertaining?
Were you watching Blackadder?
They
No.
were.
Okay.
And if they were that entertaining, were they all like Rowan Atkinson, or I don't know.
One can only hope.
One can only
Yeah.
hope, right?
Yeah.
And he's English, so there's that.
I guess we'll never know unless we read it in the history books and
Yeah.
Yeah,
believe
but he comes from a long
the
line
history books.
of court jesters.
Yeah.
Well, although in Blackadder, that's kind of the point, But
Okay.
yeah, that's one that's worth a watch.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
And my father before me, and my father before him. So yeah, this is coming out in October. I personally have not seen any of the Johnny English
I haven't either.
series, but clearly you said you liked the first one.
Oh
You
yeah,
had a
no,
good time.
it was very funny for a dude just completely stumbling into, because that's one of my favorites that they've used as a vehicle for comedy many a time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the inept everyman just
Sure.
stumbling into spy misadventures.
Sure,
Which
sure,
is
sure.
Yeah.
has been done a lot before, but it's always usually good. Like we've got all the Austin Powers movies I was mentioning, which I love, and they're also very nostalgic for me.
What's the one that Steve Carell rebooted?
Get Smart.
Get
Yeah.
Smart.
Get Smart
Yes.
is also very good, and
Oh.
I liked the Steve Carell movie a lot.
And they had The Rock in that one too, didn't they?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think you're mixing up with another where The Rock plays a gay character.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
that was not Get Shorty. It was Be Cool.
Be cool. Yeah.
and that
yes, yes.
and that wasn't The Rock. That wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
it The Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh, that's so cool.
he was the singing cowboy. He was a bodyguard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Vince
Yes,
Vaughn.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a funny movie.
Get Smart is I was thinking it was gonna be terrible, honestly, when I watched it,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed it.
But that's just tangentially related. Is just even though it wasn't the same kind of thing, nor really a comedy. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. was dope as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love these kind of spy movies.
You know
the
what?
serious ones and the funny ones. They're all good. They're all good
I know
stuff.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean mostly.
Mhm.
This is gonna be sad to say from Rat Race.
Uh-huh.
Rat Race
No,
is great.
I get it.
Love Rat
Yeah.
Race.
Yeah, I grew up watching. I watched the movie a lot. It's not like critically acclaimed, but I love all of the comedians. in
No,
that film.
it's still
Yeah.
fun. That's
It's
the
a
thing.
fun film.
Yeah.
It's got a ton of famous comedians.
Yeah, and
You
like
got-
John
you got
Cleese, John Lovitz.
Lovitz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
man.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
such a good
Good
cast.
shit. Yep.
Yeah.
I like it.
Anyways, that was Johnny English Strikes Back. Let's move on to our next one,
Yes.
which is called The Other Side of the Wind.
I've been looking forward to this one.
It's not about gas, is it?
God, I hope not.
Me too.
Nope, it is. What? What was it? Okay.
What was that?
You're right.
No, we're good. We're good.
Can't afford the Ernest Hemingway of the cinema.
I just want to know what he represents.
The man is infested with disciples. I'm the apostle.
Just like me and God. How could you tell us
Bill
apart?
Hicks.
Patrick's new movie?
the other side of the wind.
What's that about the movie?
We don't talk about the movie.
So you old guys are trying to get with it. Is that what this movie's about?
Well, we don't actually know.
What do we know? Jake is just making it up as he goes along.
He's done it before.
Movies and friendship. Those are mysteries.
Mr. Hannaford, could you please slow down?
What he creates, he has to wreck. It's a compulsion. Want me to bring you another scotch?
We'll have our own movie.
She is beautiful, that woman. Oh my god.
Wow.
Well, here it is. If anybody wants to see it.
Huh.
As they
Did
said,
it say in select theaters?
Yes.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
As somebody who just yeah, wow.
Yeah. So, do you have any background on this, or
No, well, it was just I've enjoyed Orson Welles' work, and this was some older. Yeah, this was the aesthetic of it grabbed me by the damn throat.
Right.
Yeah, and it was just because this film might be getting released this year, but they don't make films like this anymore.
No.
Like that, it's so intriguing, it's jarring, because they didn't really go into what it's about at all.
No.
But at the same time, there was so much shots, and there was so much hint and promise as to what we were going to be seeing without actually getting anything at all from it, that it was just like, oh no, you got me. You got me. I will drop what I am doing. I will to see what the hell they're doing here.
I'm intrigued just because it's literally been 40 years since this movie was filmed.
is this the first time this has happened with a film?
Probably not.
There have been things that have been in vaults, that they've not released for a long time,
Right.
but not with a modern. With a modern presentation
Right.
of older footage,
Right.
not in this way,
So director Ryan Johnson, Quentin Tarantino,
Oh, get out!
Alexander
Yeah.
Payne, they were all apparently gobsmacked. I've seen this film already.
Yeah. And if it left a bunch of very, very talented actors with their goddamn mouths hanging open, it was
Right.
just
directors.
sorry, I'm going.
Yeah, gonna see it for sure.
Yeah,
I
so-
feel like I'll probably watch it on Netflix though, just because. I don't know. I kind of feel like I want to see how it is first before I go watch it in theaters.
Okay. I don't know. Would this be considered saying exactly what it is? Would that be a spoiler?
No, go.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's satire.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And it was just like, you know what? I might have gotten rooked by that.
Mm-hmm.
That I might have gone in expecting to see it as a serious work, and I would have been going through trying to figure it out, racking my damn brain to see what the motivation was, and it was like,
Right.
nope, we're making fun of movies that are like this, and it was just
Yeah.
like, holy shit, well done.
Yeah, there's been a lot of, as they say, Hollywood likes talking about Hollywood or making films about
Yes.
Hollywood. I don't know that they all love making fun of Hollywood, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, well,
to
especially
see-
if they took this long to do it,
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
the slowest burn on a joke I've ever heard of. I could say that I've ever seen in my life, but that literally was made at the beginning of my life,
Right.
Shot between 1970 and 1976. Damn
And
good
so
time
my
period,
my
folks.
one thing that I've been trying to find here in this page is, when was it edited?
That's
You know?
yeah, that was the thing that I was
Because as you were saying, is this a modern edit of the film?
right.
And that's that is
Oh wait, yeah, there we go. Right down, coming to completion. A rough cut of the film was screened. It was reported that post-production team. Bob Murawski is editor, Scott Millen is sound editor, and Mo Henry is negative cutter. Negative cutter.
Wow.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't hear that anymore.
No, they probably had to drag some of these motherfuckers out of mothballs,
Right.
to do their great work
They
again.
don't
But
even
it's
do
like,
that shit anymore.
yeah, but it was like, you know what? That underscores the importance of the work.
Right.
November 2017 is when members had been hired to
do post-production.
Post-production, which includes editing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so March of last year was when they started.
So wow.
Yeah,
Can you
that's
imagine
so much
being,
time?
Can you imagine being like the person selected to edit an Orson Welles film?
No, that
40 years ago?
yeah, no, it was just like, hey, here's an ancient fucking treasure of cinema,
Yeah.
you know, and we need you to bring this to life.
That's
And you
the
better do a
highlight.
damn good job. Because
That's the highlight of anybody's
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So that's a make or break move right there. So
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, god damn.
Yeah, anytime I think about Citizen Kane, I think of an episode of Ebert and Roeper when Ebert said that it is the one movie that needs to be in everybody's
Right.
every American's household.
Right.
And I'm not sure if I'm proud to say, but I've never seen.
Neither have I.
It's okay.
And I've heard that it's so boring and long.
It's lengthy. It's lengthy and it's glacially paced.
Yep.
But the thing was that was still a breakthrough in film,
right?
Because
Sure.
film was a lot of flailing
Sure.
back then. You know.
Yeah.
It really
I'm
was.
wondering-
Sure.
I'm wondering if I mean, people do say, a lot of people say that it holds up, stands the test of time. I don't know. I mean, I think there are a lot of movies that do hold up and stand the test of time, such as Gone with the Wind and, I don't know, The Shining. And I know that's
Right.
not that old, but Alien, the first Alien. I mean, there are movies like that, a lot of Audrey Hepburn's movies that I think still take.
Yeah, when I hear about best films of all time, like Citizen Kane's always on the list, and like The Godfather.
Yeah.
Well, it's Rise of an
Sabrina.
Empire, Descent into Madness and
Breakfast at
Death.
Tiffany's.
You know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing, where it was just like it's tales of the rise and fall of people it is a tale of the rise and fall of a human being of significance at this point, and ultimately, kind of again, making the point that it's also something that ultimately doesn't matter.
Sure.
Right.
The way that they do these things.
Sure.
But, okay.
In
But
the
yeah.
end- in the
Anyway.
end, this is incredibly fascinating.
Yeah,
That this
it's
is
super
being made.
And that it's both being put on Netflix as well as in theaters. That's interesting.
The reason I think that they would is because it's supposed to appeal to a broad demo, you know,
Sure.
because it's easy to watch it on Netflix, but it's like if you want to go out and kind of get it's probably a different experience,
Sure.
you know. So
Yeah,
I'd be watching it more than once. Once on Netflix and then once in the theaters. I think I'll see it in the theaters first.
I
you know?
imagine when this type of thing happens, post-mortem film being made from a director, it's probably usually directly after, or
Right.
or they're in the middle of making it and then it gets picked up, kind of like Game of Death or Enter the Dragon for Bruce Lee.
Yep.
So it's not like these don't happen, but it doesn't happen 40 years
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
It reminds me of. It also reminds
rare.
me of like this happens a lot in music, like where like rappers or
Yep.
or
And
somebody
they'll release-
dies and
yeah.
then there's all these releases afterwards
Right.
'cause they have a backlog of music.
Right.
That's pretty
I
cool.
love that though. Yeah.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is exciting.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next. And is this our last trailer?
I'm so excited.
Oh my!
Potentially
You guys are
saving
gonna
best
hear
for last.
me.
We'll see. True Detective,
excited.
season 3, new HBO teaser trailer. Let's give it a watch.
Ah.
Before you ever knew me, I wasn't scared much. I wasn't a fearful man.
Oh my God, it's Mahershala.
Things I've seen, things I know, wouldn't do anything but cause harm. My whole
This is
brain's a
the
bunch of
period
missing
piece.
pieces.
Did you think you could just go on and never once have to look back?
My job. There's no certainty. This case is more haunting than anything. I want to know the whole story.
So do I.
Oh my God, that gave me the chills. That gave
Yeah.
me the freaking chills. I'm so excited.
My question is, like, why is he carrying around a retro camera? Like,
Yeah.
Is he
well,
like a hipster?
I think it takes place over the
Shut
course
up.
of like a longer timeline.
maybe
Yeah.
30 years.
It seems
or
like it's
something.
like
Yeah.
flashing back to
Yeah.
It's
Well,
really
was that
cool.
Mahershala in
From Moonlight. and from Green something.
No,
the
I
trailer we
wasn't
just
getting
watched.
at that. I like is yeah, isn't he also in Luke Cage? Did I make that up?
No, you're making that
Oh,
up.
I'm so racist. God damn it. God damn
No,
it.
you're not. You're not.
No.
Wait, maybe he was. Now you're making
time to look it up.
Now
pretty sure
you're
he's-
making me second guess
he's in
myself
Luke Cage.
here.
Watch, I might be wrong.
But
You
What I was getting
might
at
be
was,
right.
Does he wear makeup as the older person, or is that
I
a
thought
different
that's
actor?
no. That was they was flicking back and forth. That looked like that was him, but at the same time, because there was obviously this older iteration of himself, because you could tell that it was happening in different points of time.
You are correct, sir. He is in
I
Luke
told
Cage.
you.
And I'm sorry, I didn't remember because in the most recent season he is not, but he is he's very good in that show.
Yeah.
Now that you remember he's
Yeah,
in it.
fair,
Now that I
fair.
remember. Yep.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So yeah, clearly we're going back and forth in time.
But the other thing too that kind of added to the mystery was the fact that it looked like he was his younger self in the modern times in a couple of those things where he was wearing the tracksuit, you know?
Yeah.
That like unless it's something that goes over the course of decades,
Yeah.
you know, where it's like he's younger and then you see him back like doing the detective work where he's got his old fucking Kodak Instamatic to take pictures of shit, and then it was just like him like looking like his own grandpa,
Right.
you know, like further down the line in modern times. It's like I have no idea. Again, that's the best part of a trailer where you finish that and it's like I have so many questions.
Yes, and it is
Yeah.
a teaser, so my guess is they'll drop a full one. Looks like it. I think I read that it's coming out in January of next year. And I'm reading a little thing here that says the next plot installment tells the story of a macabre crime in the heart of the Ozarks, and a mystery that that deepens over decades and plays out.
Yep. All right.
Out in three.
There we go.
separate time periods.
Three separate times.
Oh, Stephen Dorff. That's cool.
I like Stephen Dorff.
Yeah.
Oh God, that is going to be so good.
Yeah.
I'm so.
The director is Jeremy
excited.
Saulnier.
Yeah.
Is that how
Okay.
you say it?
What has he done?
Known for Green Room.
Oh, Blue Ruin.
Blue Ruin.
That was unpleasant.
Yeah, I haven't seen his other stuff.
Okay.
And my guess.
But Green Room was awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen
I've
it.
heard good things. Yeah.
And it's a TV show, so generally they switch off in directors, but
Right.
this is the one that we're seeing at least for episode 1. So that they might switch to new ones. How did you guys feel about the first 2 seasons of True Detective?
Loved it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Loved
it's
it.
Fantastic film.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't. I'll be honest. I didn't see the second season, but the first season it was.
First season phenomenal.
Yeah.
Second season is not, in my opinion, not as good as the first season, but
Right.
still holds up.
Yeah, I'm
Still
the
good.
only person that feels. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person that likes the second season more than
I'm
the first.
pretty sure you are. Yes.
And the reason is it's Jessica's fault.
Uh-oh. What
God
did you
damn
do?
it! You're always going to tell the story, aren't
We
you?
were watching. we watch things. Almost everything we watch is on VOD,
Right.
right? And so we were on HBO Go, and we turned it to True Detective because we're hearing all this hype about
But
it.
the way that it's set up is like it sets you up for
so
failure.
we hit play
the website.
to watch True Detective.
Yep.
And then there's the scene, and they're in a garden, and they're chasing this guy, and this guy's like fucking his sister, and we're like, what's going on? And then he kills the guy.
You're right.
And he kills the guy, and I'm like, wow, that's a weird pilot for this new show. And then we go back to the menu, and we just watch the most recent episode, which was the finale.
Yeah.
And so at that point, I'm very mad at Jessica.
Yeah.
I couldn't be
This
more
was,
livid.
mind you, this was like fucking 4 years ago. and
Okay,
he's
that was
still
a while
mad
back.
at me.
That
I'm
was
still
a while
mad
back.
at
Still
you.
pissed. I'm
Well,
like,
it's a bad way to
dude.
watch a show. You hit play.
And then watch it again.
HBO Go. I blame the way that they set
They
up
set it
their
up, it's
website.
backwards.
It's really bad. It's not a good thing. But you know what?
So they put the most recent first. So
I'm
then
human.
we went back to
I
episode
make
1.
mistakes.
We went back to episode 1, and then we watched it all the way through, and it didn't hold up for me, and I'm sure that's part of the reason. But
Yep.
also, I don't like, and I feel like I haven't heard a very good case against this. I don't like that it was just a bad villain.
Okay.
And he didn't really have like a story. Like when I think of like, I'm sure there are many other amazing villains, but I think of like Magneto, who has a fantastic background to what a villain, how a villain could be written.
You like yourself some nuanced bad guys.
This bad guy
You
was
don't want
just
just a straight
just
bad
a
guy.
sister fucker.
Yep.
That's all he was. He was just a fat,
He was
ugly,
just a bad person.
And I wish there was more nuance
You
to
just-
it.
yeah.
I will say though, obviously, it was still a really good season
Oh my God.
of the show.
And
Just ruined
Woody
for you.
Harrelson and
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey are
That's
amazing.
it.
And
That's
they're
it. That's
together.
between-
Together, it's like boom.
The dynamic between
Sparks
them and
fly,
those,
it's
that
wonderful.
character development was fantastic.
Yep.
And I felt even more so in season 2, even though season 2 I agree was like pretty convoluted. But watching Vince Vaughn in that headspace was fantastic,
Yep.
and all the rest
Colin
of these actors,
Farrell
Colin
and
Farrell.
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'd
Yep.
do it all over again. I'm really excited to see.
Was it
Mahershala
Rachel
Ali.
McAdams?
Yes.
No,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, who was the female in it if it wasn't her?
I feel like it was her, but I could be wrong. You know,
Yeah, and that
I was wrong about Mahershala, so I don't know if I'll be wrong about Rachel
It throws everything into
McAdams.
question.
and it's super cool too to see a show like this as a
Yep.
anthology.
Yeah.
True Detective,
Right?
yep.
Because they're like horror anthologies are a big thing right now. But you don't see a lot of anthologies in
Horror,
this genre.
horror.
Horror.
We're gonna get you to say it correctly one day.
You know what? Actually, I noticed that the co-host that I work with at Geeks Who Drink says horror.
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 Yep.
It's not horror.
It's just like, yeah, this is a roundabout
It's not a
horror.
horror.
And I'm like, horror.
Horror.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's like horror.
I like horror anthologies.
Or he like he doesn't say ruin. He says rune.
Rune.
No. Oh, that
Hello.
was great. Okay, because she has the association with the show. And it's also because she is my friend, and I
Yes.
had to give her shit about this. When Kendra and I were doing quiz, she does the Burkenya, that she says mountain,
Mountain.
and I would just like smiled really big while she was reading, and she's like, "Why?" And I'm just like, "No, read the question again. I want to hear that."
Oh boy.
And I was just like, "Mountain."
She's so white too. I don't get it. Okay.
It was beautiful.
Okay.
It was, yeah.
That's a 10 years of
All right.
Albuquerque. I'll get you.
Yep, that's what happens. Kenyans for life, yo.
So how do you feel about True Detective? How do you feel about all these trailers? We watched a bunch of them.
We're watching all of them.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we're kind of like it's just.
It's a good trailer week. It's a good trailer week.
I'm watching that the second
True
it
Detective.
hits HBO Go.
Yeah. HBO's
Yeah.
been killing it.
Yeah.
Yes, they have.
Killing it.
Yeah, I kind of want to drop my extra, like, what is it, $9 for HBO Go?
Yeah, something like that.
on
If you are a student, you have a .edu account, you get right now Hulu with limited trailers or limited advertisements. You get Spotify, and now you get Showtime, all for $5 a month. That's really
So
good. They're
do
not
it.
sponsoring us. Please sponsor us. I'd be very happy.
Yeah, no shit.
but that's
Get on
That's
it.
a good $5 a month.
Yeah,
That's like
very
the
well spent.
best $5 of entertainment you'll get.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I just thought of it.
Because separately they're each like
I'm
$10.
going. I'm
right?
going back to college. I can always pick up another
That is
degree.
literally a $30, normally a $30 subscription that you're getting for $5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids, hey, if you're watching us and you're going to college, and why wouldn't you? Do either.
Yeah.
Go to
Get on
college.
it.
Go to college and get that
I will say one more
subscription.
thing about True Detective. The only other one that feels like a horror anthology that this reminds me of is The Sinner.
Right.
Or The Sinner.
It's The Sinner.
The
I'm pretty
Sinner,
sure.
yeah, which is a USA original, which is fantastic.
Bill
Jessica and I are both
Pullman.
on this.
Yeah, it's
Who's
wonderful.
Who's it produced by?
Well, I know Jessica Biel is one of the actors.
She's
She
a
also
producer.
produces it.
Yeah, yeah. And she was an actor in the season 1.
Yeah, and she's
Great
phenomenal.
show.
Which
And it's on the USA Network?
It's on USA.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they're
Well,
pushing out Mr. Robot and this show. a bunch of
yeah,
good
no,
stuff.
that's fair. And it was just like, honestly, they're working on having better stuff. And like
Yep.
I said, it was just like, I was surprised by how good Midnight Texas was, you know? And because it was just like, my partner and I, we were going to be on the show. So it was like, you know what? Let's hang out and watch as many episodes as we can
That's a good
tonight
idea.
before going out there. And we were just like, what a treat.
Yeah.
It's nice because you can't really discount just things as, oh, it's network shows. That must mean it's trash. It's
Right.
like, yeah, and then you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah.
I
That
could
show on
not.
TV, Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
Get on that.
Yeah, Mr. Robot is
Season 3 just got announced,
Yeah.
and it is the last season, I think. Or, I'm sorry, season 4.
Oh.
I couldn't be more upset.
Man, I was about to do
Yeah,
the
you're not
air
allowed
horn.
to do
No,
it.
not for that. That does not warrant air horns.
But
There needs to be a sad air horn.
the end of Screen Source Junior might warrant it.
Okay.
So, Hey, everybody. It's the end of Screen Source Junior.
Perfect. There you go.
Bringing it home.
Yes. Make sure to check us out on our Patreon website for Patreon exclusives. We're live on twitch.tv/ColorCircuitLive almost every day. Hit that subscribe button, like, share, follow, all of the verbs. Thank you very much, Fernando.
It is my pleasure to be back.
Yes. Thank you very much, Jess.
I love being here always.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is like the highlight of my week, guys.
It's a good time.
You
It's
know
And
always
what
thank
I'm
you
saying.
for being here, Dylan.
Thank you. I
Oh,
appreciate
yeah.
it. We miss you, Stan. We hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Please, buddy.
Can't wait to have you back, dude.
Yes.
That's right.
We'll have you
Yep.
back next week, I'm
Yep.
sure, hopefully. And we'll see you next time. Oh, thank you, producer.
Thank
Yes.
you, Katie.
Yes.
Doing it. Making it happen, Katie.
Happen. Check out all of our schedule on the
Yeah.
bottom here, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye.
I have to go get some sleep. I have to get so early to move out of my house.